The following is a Just Green production brought to you by the Might Be News Network.
Sealed documents in the Jeffrey Epstein case. Artificial intelligence, is it good or bad? Amber Geiger, guilty of murder, all that and more on an all-new Might Be News. What up, everybody? It's the week of October 7th, 2019. My name is Taylor Cooper. With me, as always, co-host Kev. What up, Kev?
Yo.
What up, Danny?
What's up?
Everybody, go to mbnnetwork.com. It's never been easier for you to find your new favorite podcast. Everything's out there. Go to patreon.com/MBN Network to get full 90-minute episodes, access to exclusive content, as well as care packages, monthly giveaways. Do it. Patreon.com/MBN Network. Shout out to our sponsors, You Know Me As CBD. Go to YouKnowMeAsCBD.com. Use promo code MBN. Extra 20% off your entire order and free shipping. YouKnowMeAsCBD.com. Do it. So, this is week 20. Week 20 at the Might Be News Network, season 2.
Cruising right along.
It's flying by.
We're not taking a break this time.
Kev, how do you feel? What break? What do you mean break?
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about.
What, after the season?
Yeah.
You think that this season's just going to end and then season 3 is going to start the next day?
Exactly.
I got news for you, Kev. I don't want to talk about it because it's like way too far away to be talking about it and focusing on these negative things. We are taking a break.
So you agree with me that is a negative thing?
Well, I mean, I'm not ready to take a break right now, you know? So it's like negative.
But taking a break is negative.
If we were going to take a break today, it'd be negative. If we're going to take a break the week before Christmas, which is what we're going to do, that's not negative. I'm thankful for that. Get to enjoy the holidays, figure out what the next steps are for the network.
We all have off during the holidays.
Correct.
So we can record some content?
That's incorrect. I don't even want to see you during Christmas.
Yo, that fucking tree is up. Dude, when I come over, I'm throwing it. I'm telling you.
It's funny. We were just telling the boys tonight. We were outside putting like those fake spider webs all over the trees.
Yeah.
And they were all getting excited because we're decorating for Halloween. And Allison said, you know what comes November 1st? Christmas decorations.
and you know what's real funny is me and Amy were also talking about that tonight. I'm just not down. Dude, to each his own. Right. I'm just not decorating my house November 1st.
Yep. November 1st.
I love Christmas decorations, but we have a tradition on our house where Black Friday is where we put up the tree and decorate for Christmas.
Okay.
I don't know. But to each his own. I mean, everybody has their own opinion on it. So
see, my whole thing is part of the excitement about Christmas is seeing all the decorations and that waiting period, waiting up to Christmas, the excitement,
the build up.
Yeah. And I don't want to wait until Black Friday or December 1st to decorate, because then once Christmas is over, that's it. Christmas is over. Back to reality.
Right.
So you only get 25, 30 days to enjoy that excitement. Nah, fuck that. I'll take November to December, and that's when we'll decorate.
Do you get depressed after Christmas?
Yeah.
Do you?
No.
I do.
No,
I do.
Yeah, I
because
definitely do.
It's such a special and joyous and happy time. Everybody's in a good mood.
Yep.
And it just ends December 26th.
Done. Total disclosure. I have seasonal depression, so I'm already depressed when Christmas hits, and then to answer your question, yes, I'm depressed after Christmas, but I've been depressed for like 2 months already.
Why?
By the time it is. No, it's
the fucking most wonderful time of the year.
Well, no. So this is a legitimate question, because I've been seeing everybody posting those, once it becomes fall, you have to keep people's feelings in mind because they deal with depression during this time of the season. And I don't understand why.
Well, it's different for everybody for sure. But certainly it gets darker earlier.
Yeah.
It's usually gloomy in the wintertime. It's cold. Even if it's not snowing, it's cloudy all the time.
I mean, there is no leaves on the trees.
You don't get as much sun. Yeah. There's no color. There's no nothing. It's
when do you go
outside.
out in the sun in the summertime?
Not me personally, Kev, but like I'm talking about other people, and at least there's sun coming through the windows. I know.
Shining on you when you're doing your podcasts.
I know it's there. You know what I mean? In the wintertime, it's just like it's frigid. You don't want to go anywhere. You don't want to do anything. It's just kind of like,
See, this is my favorite time of the year. Like,
I love this time of the year.
Thursday?
Right now, yeah.
Thursday, or no, it was Wednesday. Fuck Wednesday.
Oh, when it got up to like 90?
Wednesday, it was
Yeah.
92 degrees here.
Dumb.
Thursday, 65.
Yep.
Yeah.
But
Yes,
it was
please.
raining all day.
Yeah, it was.
Today was wonderful.
Yeah.
Didn't rain and it was still chilly.
Yep.
Fucking leaves blowing around on the ground.
I'm wearing a hoodie.
Yeah.
Hoodie
Dig
weather
it.
is my shit.
Yes.
My
Dig
shit. And
So that's your coping key.
that's what I'm saying.
Use
Listen,
that. Like,
it's-
hey, I get
it's
to
not
wear a
like
hoodie.
like-
I'm not that depressed.
I don't cry myself to sleep. All right, like I'm saying, like I'm just like not myself. You know what I mean? I get like I'm just like, ugh. Like work is like really, really slow at that point. Just really, really boring. Just really, really just takes forever. And and it just I don't know.
So,
It affects me differently than other people. Some people get really, really upset, really, really irritable, and really, really depressed. I just get kind of gloomy.
But you just mostly.
Nice try, Kev.
I look like
a
penis. Damn.
I can understand that about the job thing because I work in a steel mill.
Yeah.
I work with 3,000 degree molten steel, not 300, 3,000. So it's hot as shit in there.
Kev's
I fucked up.
You lost your chance.
Dude.
yeah.
Fuck.
Wow, dude. This is an epic fail. Don't even look at it.
Damn it.
Don't look at the button.
Dude, that was so clutch right there, and I just fucked it up.
And like you could have done way better. And now just like don't rush at the opportunity to do it again.
I'm afraid that you're gonna like hit my hand away or something.
Like a dad smacking his kid's hand away from the candy jar. Fuck out of here, Kev.
So I gotta be quick like a cat.
Yeah, well,
quick.
When you're quick, you screw up like you just did. Take your time. Make the joke
It's a
properly.
nice, easy push.
Yeah. Don't push it.
Just
all right?
push it for me. You're such a dick.
All right, you ready for some good news, Danny?
I got it.
Hey, did you hear the news?
This better be good.
You want the good news or the bad news?
Give me the good stuff.
Danny, week 20, what do you got?
All right, my first one's coming out of Saratoga, Florida. More than 2,000 people packed into Patriots Plaza at Saratoga National Cemetery Tuesday afternoon. Each person came to say goodbye and salute Edward Pearson. The Army veteran died August 31st at the age of 80. The Naples resident had no immediate family, but the funeral director had a plan to give Pearson one last amazing honor, an open invitation to the public. I stayed awake all night long the first night I heard of this news. I said, that's not right. That's a shame. I made a vow to myself and said I will be there as a veteran myself. No one should ever be left behind. Never, said a man named Bob who spoke during the service Tuesday. Excuse me. It broke my heart, and that he was going to be laid to rest with nobody around. To me, that's not right. They came from all around the state and beyond to remember the Army veteran from Florida. Let's see. Edward Pearson served in the U.S. Army from 1962 to 1964. He was honorably discharged. The Naples resident didn't have any friends or family to bury him. Legacy Options Funeral Home in Naples posted an obituary for Pearson. They asked anybody that would be willing to attend and honor this veteran to please attend the funeral.
See, stories like that are so great because, who wants to die alone, right? Like,
Yeah,
true. That's, I think, a fear for most people. And, I think we saw a story about somebody else who did this recently, or like a little while ago, a few months ago.
I did do a good news story about this.
Yeah, I forget what the other thing was.
Yep.
But just stories like this are just so awesome. I mean,
Yep.
huge.
Hey, church. That was a really long clap.
I was like waiting for it to end, and it just didn't. It's okay. That guy deserved it.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
A church in North Texas using donations to pay off $2.6 million in medical debt for 2,400 families in Dallas and Rockwell counties. Pastor Josh Howerton from Lake Point Church told ABC News on September 24th that the project was part of the church's Pay It Forward campaign, which is designed to encourage community members to participate in acts of kindness in celebration of the church's 40th anniversary. We wanted to celebrate our 40th anniversary by passing forward the generosity that has been given to us to the people in our community. To mark the milestone anniversary, the church also made contributions to local organizations tackling issues such as human trafficking, homelessness, and domestic violence.
It's fantastic.
And my last story is coming out of Virginia. A Northern Virginia community is rallying in support of a popular FedEx delivery man who recently was diagnosed with cancer. Sam Coleman is also well known on his route. Customers call him the mayor of Middleburg and say his smile and conversations brighten their day. Folks have come to count on his presence at his church and at his FedEx office, where a plaque marks his service. Co-workers know they can depend on him for anything. A few months ago, Coleman, who almost never missed a day behind the wheel of a FedEx truck in almost 30 years, was diagnosed with cancer. In Middleburg, they started a GoFundMe page so Coleman and his wife, Cassandra, wouldn't have to worry about money. Within 5 days, that page raised $50,000.
That's crazy.
More support followed when two coworkers visited Coleman at home. While we were there, we noticed the renovations that he'd once started but was unable to complete. They decided to finish it for him. For 8 days during their time off, they painted, primed, replaced floors, and remodeled the kitchen. We wanted to be able to help Sam and his family so they could focus on Sam's get well. The Coleman said that they were overwhelmed by all the support. She said it crossed all races, all barriers, all economic statuses for people just to show their love. I'm thankful that people care for us enough, care for me, and care for Coleman.
It's great. It's great.
It's nuts.
Great job, Danny.
No.
Oh,
there's one more story.
You have one more. Okay.
One more story.
Okay, Kev. What is it?
Start of the Flyer season today.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, boy.
Good news.
A couple people care about that, probably.
They won. Thanks for fucking ruining my news story. First fucking Flyers game of the season. They win.
They won.
Good for them.
3-4. 3-4 Flyers win. Came over the fucking Blackhawks.
Wow.
All day.
Wow. All day.
All day.
Wow. Good job, Kev. Great, great job, everybody. Okay, so I wanted to start with this story first because I feel like it's the most debatable topic of all the ones that I have. Okay. By now, hopefully, Kev, you have heard of this woman, Amber Geiger.
Yep.
The ex-police officer from Dallas. Her trial was this past week. And it's been all over the internet. It's everywhere. Everybody's posting about it. And she was found guilty for murder. She shot this guy walking into his apartment,
Thinking that it was hers.
Botham Jean was his name. 26 years old. He was an accountant. He was eating a bowl of cereal on his couch. And she walked in and shot him.
Guns blazing.
Just shot twice, hit him once in the chest. Killed him. He grew up in the Caribbean island nation of St. Lucia. He came to the U.S. for college and started his career as an accountant. The shooting drew widespread attention because of the strange circumstances and because it was one in a string of shootings of unarmed black men by white police officers.
Dude, the thing that I don't understand, okay, she thought it was her apartment, and she got off, I guess her excuse was from a long shift at work, and she thought it was her apartment. When you leave for work, you lock your door, right?
Right.
So when she stuck her key into this door and tried to unlock it, realizing it doesn't fucking fit, then continues to go inside, aren't there signs? I mean, if you were to walk into somebody else's apartment by mistake and you started to walk down the hallway, wouldn't you realize, whether how tired you are or not, that is not your place? Something is wrong.
I mean, you would think so.
You would think so, but after coming off of a shift like that, like, I'm not a police officer, but I've worked 16-hour shifts at the steel mill. There are times where I don't remember driving home. Like, I park my car and I think to myself, how the hell did I just get home? Your mind is just completely elsewhere, especially if you work like 10 at night to 2 in the afternoon, a midnight daylight double. That fucks you up in the head. It really does. And once you walk through that door, it's like your body just releases everything it was using to keep you up and keep you active. And I can honestly see how she could walk into the wrong apartment by accident and get startled that there is a guy sitting on her couch.
So don't you think that we shouldn't have police officers working those shifts?
Abso-fucking-lutely.
The 31-year-old ex-police officer tearfully apologized for killing Jean and told jurors that she feared for her life upon finding the door to what she thought was her apartment unlocked. Geiger said that John came towards her at the fast walk when she entered with her gun out, but prosecutors have suggested that she was just rising from the couch towards the back of the room when the officer shot him. And a frantic 911 call played repeatedly during the trial. Geiger said, "I thought it was my apartment," nearly 20 times. Her lawyers argued that the identical physical appearance of the apartment complex from floor to floor frequently led to tenants to the wrong apartments. Prosecutors, however, questioned how Geiger could have missed numerous signs that she was in the wrong place and suggested that she was distracted by sexually explicit phone messages with her police partner. They also asked why Geiger didn't radio in for help when she thought there was a break-in at her home. Geiger said that going through the doorway with her pistol drawn was the only option that went through her head. Also, they were talking about like the differences between his door and her door. He had a bright red mat, welcome mat in front of his door. She had nothing in front of her door. And there's like, okay, let's just remove the late shift. Let's remove race. Let's remove male, female. Let's remove police officer, civilian. Let's just take all that out of the equation, right? If I got out of my car at any time of the day after working, after going to a movie, after doing anything, if I walked into somebody else's apartment thinking it was mine, shot them dead, I would be found guilty for murder, correct? Like,
Not manslaughter, probably.
well, in either case, I'd be found guilty. I'd go to jail, right?
Okay.
But that's like comparing apples to oranges.
Is it though?
Absolutely.
Why so?
Because she just came off of a physically and mentally exhausting shift. She was tired. She was exhausted. Who gives a fuck if she was sexting her coworker? I don't know why they bring that kind of shit into it.
Because if she's tired, that's an excuse for murdering somebody. If she's sexting, that's an excuse for murdering somebody. These are all distractions that if any of us were facing those distractions, we'd have the same problem. Right? I don't see why she should get any special treatment. And in my opinion, she got 10 years for this. Which is only a couple years more than the minimum and for what she was looking at.
What was she convicted of? What
Murder, second degree, I believe.
So that's unplanned, I guess?
Yeah, she didn't plan on it, yeah.
It's not premeditated.
Premeditated, that's what it is.
It's not premeditated, no. My thing with this is that I'm glad that she was found guilty because I think that it would have set a really dangerous precedent if she was found innocent.
I mean, she has to be found guilty. She has to.
She has to go to jail.
She killed him.
She has to go to jail. This man wasn't a criminal, had no criminal record.
Do you call it an accident?
Yes.
Yeah, I call it an accident. I don't think.
Do you have pity for her?
I do.
Yeah, I have pity for her.
150%. My heart breaks for her. I honest to God feel bad for her because I know how she felt leaving that shift. Like I said, I'm not a police officer, but I know how you feel leaving a shift where you are just that completely drained. You pull up to your house, you walk up to your house, and she goes to grab the knob, probably to unlock it, and realizes that it's unlocked. She's a police officer. She always carries. So I would have done the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
I would have done the same thing. I would have unholstered my gun and I would have walked in the door with my gun ready, thinking it's my house. And if I see a guy lunging off of the couch, he was probably startled, so he was getting up to see who's walking through the door.
Right.
And she mistaked him for coming
An
at
intruder.
her. So I would have done the same thing. 100%.
I've never had to deal with that kind of situation where I worked a 16-hour day, and I mean, I'm sure it's fucking draining.
It is fucking draining. Working that long is absolutely fucking draining. Doing anything for that long is draining. I'm not disputing that whatsoever. At the end of the day, she killed somebody that didn't deserve to be killed.
You're right.
She killed a really good person that didn't deserve to be killed. And just for context, all right, because there's a lot of people that are really upset about the
length of sentencing.
the length of sentencing.
Yeah.
I saw DL Hughley posted something on Instagram. There was a guy who shot and killed a police dog. Got 22 years in prison for that. 22 years.
They're considered officers.
I get it. At the end of the day, it's a motherfucking dog. It's a motherfucking dog. It is a motherfucking dog. And guess what? That cop can come in here and shoot my dog. And I don't give a shit. Like, they don't give a shit. Like, I'm not anti-police, but police need to get their fucking shit together. And this girl needed to get her head out of her ass, get her head out of her phone, stop doing whatever she was doing to the point where she did what she did. And because at the end of the day, I can understand people's arguments about this, where it's just like, well, from the outside looking in, the justice system is kind of telling people that the life of a 26-year-old African-American man is worth less than a police dog. And that's not okay. When people protest about things like this, those are the things that I think about when I see stuff like this.
See, but you can't compare those two cases. They're two completely different cases. Each case is different in its own. And I completely understand what you're coming from. She deserves to go to prison. Mm-hmm. She does. But I honestly feel so bad for her.
I feel bad for her too. And it could have been avoided.
And watching what his brother said to her and then asking for a hug, that took so much of him. And I give him so much credit for standing up there and saying what he said.
Yeah, Brant Jean was the brother. And, quote, I don't even want you to go to jail. I want the best for you because I know that's exactly what Botham would want. And gave her a hug, and it was a very emotional thing. And I have a lot of respect for him.
Absolutely.
For forgiving. And I think that that's something that the world is lacking. And in this situation, like, I want what he wants. You know what I'm saying? I want what the family wants of the people that lost something in this.
Well,
I have nothing to do with it.
He didn't even tell his family he was going to say all these things. And he even said that. He said, I haven't even told this to my family, but I don't want you to go to prison.
Right.
I want you to have a good life.
At the end of the day, this was an accident. It was an accident. And unfortunately, someone died during this accident.
And somebody has to pay for this consequence.
And somebody has to pay for it. I mean, yeah. It is what it is. It sucks. It really fucking sucks.
So I'm fine with 10 years.
I'm fine with 10 years. I feel like it's inconsistent with a lot of other cases, and it's a shame. I wish that there was like more, I don't know, consistent way of doing things with the Justice Department. You know, like I feel like some people really get let down, and then some people really get off easy. And
but in your comparison to the dude shooting a police dog, he got 22 years. It's in the law. I mean, it's way different from me assaulting you. Oh, I just hit the microphone. From me assaulting you or me assaulting Danny to assaulting a police officer.
I get it, Kev. Trust me, I get it. I think it's fucking stupid. That's my point.
I get
That's
it.
my point.
Yeah. I understand that.
This cop, leave it out of it. Leave race, leave everything out of it. This cop killed a man. Off duty. Wasn't investigating him. Nothing. Shot this man. 10 years. Dude shoots a police dog. 20-some years.
It's a police officer.
I don't give a fuck. It's a dog.
But
it is a fucking dog.
It's a police officer.
Oh, I get it. I get it. You guys could say it however many times. It's fucking dumb. And there's a difference. This whole college scandal thing with the lady from Full House. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
What's her, one of the
Aunt
other
Becky.
Yeah. Aunt Becky's in there. one of the ladies involved in that is getting like 10 days in jail. There's a lady that put her kid in a different school district because it was a better school district and it was just the wrong school district. She's getting like 5 years. Like it's bull.
For what?
Like, the justice system is bullshit. Is my whole point.
It is. It 100% is.
That's my point.
Okay.
I do feel
the
bad.
show?
I do feel bad for Amber. I do feel bad for her. It could have been avoided. Let's see. We only have time to do one more, so I'm gonna change one of these to my point. I read this crazy article about artificial intelligence, and we've talked about that on the show before because Elon Musk has like kind of warned people about it. We talked Skynet. We talk about Skynet.
Yep.
So there's new programs that they're using they're using artificial intelligence more and more and more for more things, such as like traffic cameras and stuff.
Yep.
They automatically scan databases when they see faces, license plates, and they see all this stuff. Like operators don't even have to do anything anymore. Like it just happens already. But it's also happening with like job applications, college applications, like credit applications, things of that nature. Like they already know more about you than you already know about yourself in a lot of these situations.
Really?
And it's really kind of crazy, man, because like, I mean, I don't know how I feel about any of this shit. Like, excuse me. It determines like where you fit into different like categories, and you could end up not getting a job because of it. Like a computer decides whether or not you're employable to like a certain place or something like that. What do you guys? We've talked a lot about what other people think about artificial intelligence, and we joke about it. You know, Skynet, Terminators, garbage trucks killing us, whatever. What do you think about artificial intelligence? Like, does it scare you?
Yes and no. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes,
it does.
more than no.
Yes.
Danny, what do you think?
To a point, it does scare me. But I think we could gain a lot from artificial intelligence.
It's
Could
potentially
also get
smarter than
fucking
us.
killed.
Could, but robots running shit, like, no thanks.
And see, this is like crazier than like Terminator with the robots, right? Because these are like straight up just computers, just nothing, a screen that you look at that is doing so many more things that we can even comprehend.
We talked about this before. I think it was something you brought up with the computer driving the 18-wheeler.
Yep.
I don't want a fucking computer driving an 18 goddamn wheel truck.
Right.
That scares me.
Computer software teaches customer service agents how to be more compassionate. Schools use machine learning to scan for weapons and mass shooters on campus. And doctors use artificial intelligence to map the root cause of diseases. Sectors such as cybersecurity, online entertainment, and retail use the tech in combination with wide swaths of customer data in revolutionary ways to streamline services. Though these applications may seem harmless, perhaps even helpful, the AI is only as good as the information fed into it, which can have serious implications. You might not realize it, but AI helps determine whether you qualify for a loan in some cases. There are products in the pipeline that could have police officers stopping you because of software identified you as someone else. Imagine if people
Because you look like them?
because you look like someone else, or who knows, like you might have like the same tattoo or same something. You know what I mean? You fit the description. I don't know. Imagine if people on the street could take a photo of you, then a computer scanned a database to tell them everything about you, or if an airport security camera flagged your face while a bad guy walked clean through the TSA. Because the point of this article is that artificial intelligence isn't perfect. It's smarter in most senses than certainly the three of us sitting here at this table, but there's an extreme possibility of errors. Right?
Oh yeah.
And the problem with that is that people kind of take this as gospel. Like people are like, oh, well, it's artificial intelligence, so it has to be right more often than not. But it could definitely be wrong.
I like it for some things, but not for others.
Well, I mean, even like the facial recognition shit, because everybody has somebody out there that looks exactly like them.
Right? Yeah, the doppelganger or whatever.
You really believe that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I found my guy. He's a YouTube star. He makes you like he sings video or sings songs on YouTube.
Is that the guy that was in the boat?
No, that's my second guy. I have three.
Dude,
I still want to buy that boat. So for those of you who don't know, there is a video out there of this big dude that looks identical to me. I even went to this guy's Facebook page, like straight identical. And he's in this little Tykes plastic boat in a lake. It's like one of those boats that kids use for like a sand pit.
Yep.
And he attached a motor to it, and he's just spinning in circles. And there's a little Einstein theme song playing. It's hysterical.
But I like the artificial intelligence for some things, but not for others, because I'm all for it if you don't have to pay somebody to sit there and scan kids for guns or something like that. I'm all for that.
Sure.
But to get mistaken identity at a fucking toll booth and they chase you down in a fucking police car or some shit like that,
right?
Or even you getting shot down for a job application, come on.
Right.
Come on. I know companies enjoy it because it's one less person they have to fucking pay.
Well, and we're just talking about this Amber Geiger case. You could, if you get misidentified by some artificial intelligence police database, you know, and cops think that you are the Unabomber or something, you know what I mean? They could show up, guns drawn, and you're done.
You're not necessarily done. If the cops do their job correctly, they get your identification and your social security number, and they say, oops, we made a mistake. Have a nice day.
Right. That could happen. You could also accidentally die. We're going to take a quick break. I'm going to save my really, really gross story, news story for my point.
I'm excited
to get ready for that. Yeah. It's pretty gross. All right, ready for that? We'll be right back after this. Hey, Taylor Cooper here, and if you're looking for real, all-natural relief from stress and muscle soreness, you've got to check out our friends at Eunomia CBD. Eunomia CBD products are grown and processed in the USA, nano-amplified, 100% THC-free, and third-party lab tested. Order anywhere in the U.S. and use promo code MBN to get free shipping plus 20% off your entire order just for our listeners. What are you waiting for? Is stress wearing you down? Are sore muscles getting in the way of your weekend plans? Eunomia CBD is a game changer. I personally love their menthol pain relief lotion. Their gummies are delicious, and they even have CBD treats for your dogs. Go to eunomiacbd.com, check out all their products, and don't forget to use promo code MBN for an extra 20% off your order plus free shipping. It's your life. Feel better. Eunomia CBD. That's EUNOMIA. EUNOMIA CBD.com. Go there now. Use MBN as the promo code. Get 20% off and free shipping. Must be 18 years old or older to purchase.
So So you've been listening to the Might Be News Network, but you still can't get enough each week? Become our patron on Patreon. Head to patreon.com/MBN Network to become a patron and get exclusive content now. For as little as $5 per month, you'll get access to extended episodes of all your favorite shows, as well as perks including MBN merch and monthly giveaways. Just want to support the network? Become a patron for as much or as little as you'd like. Get bonus content each week and head to patreon.com/MBN Network. Your contributions help us make this network bigger and better than ever before. Patreon.com/MBN Network.
Welcome back to Might Be News.
We're back.
We're back. All right. Real quick before we do What's the Point, I want to, because this was going to be my point, but I'm doing something way different now. I wanted to talk quickly about the return of Might Be Tunes. It debuted its season 2 premiere last Friday. If you didn't get a chance to listen to it, it is me and my friends Ahmed Smith and Carl Pinnell sitting down, and we discussed our top 5 favorite albums of all time, right? And after that, we also made a companion Spotify playlist. This thing is enormous. At this point, it's probably close to 8 hours worth of music. And it's going to be up all week. So
how many of yours were hip hop?
3.
I was going to go 5 for 5.
Well, I guess maybe 4.
Okay.
Maybe 5, because it all depends, right? Because like there was a Rage album, he raps,
Yep.
right? There was a D'Angelo album, that's hip hop and R&B.
Yep.
There's an Anderson .Paak album, that's hip hop and R&B. Obviously, 36 Chambers and The Chronic were my top 5.
Enter the 36 Chambers is your all-time favorite Wu-Tang album.
That's my all-time favorite album.
Period. Instant classic.
Instant classic.
Like
that's what
12 out of 10.
Absolutely.
Okay.
There's nothing else like it.
You couldn't do anything to that album to make it a little bit better.
No.
He wouldn't want to.
I wouldn't want to. It's an instant classic.
It's a good album.
Stop. Just stop now.
Just hear me out on this.
I don't want to hear
Please. Fucking. And you look like a penis. You look like a penis.
Okay.
Just hear me out on this.
Say
And
it.
I understand when it was recorded, what kind of technology they had.
Yeah.
Or what they had available to them because they were fucking kids from the fucking ghetto.
Okay.
But the vocal qualities aren't that great. That's my...
Everybody, make sure you go on Spotify and follow the Might Be News Network, okay? Because that's
It's
how
good, dude.
That's how you get. I know, Kev. I'm just fucking with you.
Do you agree?
No, I don't care what your feelings are on 36 Chambers. No, I don't care what you think.
You're
I don't
not even
care.
calling it the right fucking name.
I don't care. At this point,
It's
I
enter
just want to
the
move
36
on.
Chambers.
Enter the 36 Chambers, Kev. You think I don't know this?
You're calling it the wrong name.
Can't fucking believe you. You just destroyed the show. It's worthless now. The whole show is just trash now.
What, Might Be Tunes?
All right, let's start over.
Yep, we're just gonna start the whole show over. Ready? No, I'm not gonna do it. I'm so sick of you, Kev. Go to Spotify. Follow Might Be News Network. That's how you find the playlist. We're gonna have a new playlist every week because we're gonna have a new episode every week. It's not always gonna be music discussion. Sometimes we're gonna have live sessions at the pit, like we did in season 1. This thing is fantastic. Please go to Spotify, check out the exclusive Might Be Tunes playlist on Spotify. It's fantastic.
I'm downloading Spotify right now.
It's great. It's free unless you want to spend money on it. Then you can get like no ads or whatever, right? Like, and you get infinite skips, I think.
Talking about payments, I also have access to the Power on Hulu. Power.
You do?
Yep.
You do?
Yep.
Do you really?
Yep.
I wonder if it's like a Hulu thing.
Might be.
Have you tried watching it at all?
I have not. But I went to press play on it just to see if it would work.
Yeah.
And I started watching.
'Cause
I started watching Wu-Tang on Wednesday.
Okay.
But I saw it up there. I was like, wonder if this will work for me. And it started.
does.
Yeah.
Huh. See, that's weird, man.
So why do you try to steal my thunder and you sit there and go, huh?
Because sometimes I actually do that. I do. I do. And Steve just called you out, Mr. Steve. You ready for what's the point? Here we go. What's the point? Is there a point to this?
What is your point?
Are you just going to sit there and look stupid?
All right, I'll go first this week
My point
since I've been hyping
is
it up.
fuck you and fuck Steve.
Let's see.
Mr. Steve.
Bugs, rodent hair, and poop. How much is legally allowed in the food you eat every day?
Wait. Let's start this over again. Did you say legally?
Legally allowed in your food every day.
So it's allowed in your food?
Yep.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
It says it is economically impractical to grow, harvest, or process raw products that are totally free of non-hazardous, naturally occurring, unavoidable defects, says the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. In other words, all this stuff is processed in these places that it's impossible to keep rats, bugs, flies.
Where there's food, there's bugs. Dude, you ever been to a kitchen in a restaurant?
Just wait. Breakfast. Let's start with breakfast. The coffee beans you grind for breakfast are allowed by the FDA to have an average of 10 milligrams or more animal poop per pound. As much as 4% to 6% of beans by count are also allowed to be insect infested or moldy.
No, they're not.
As you sprinkle black pepper on your morning eggs, try not to think about the fact you may be eating more than 40 insect fragments with every teaspoon, along with a smidgen of rodent hair.
All right. What's your point?
I haven't even gotten to lunch yet. Let's say you packed peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for everyone's lunch.
No, don't ruin peanut butter and jelly for me, please.
Good choice. Peanut butter is one of the most controlled foods in the FDA list. An average of one or more rodent hair and 30 or so insect fragments are allowed for every 100 grams.
How big of an insect fragment is an insect fragment?
I don't know.
Are you talking like a leg of a cricket is one fragment?
The typical serving size for peanut butter is 2 tablespoons. That means each 2 tablespoons of peanut butter in your sandwich would only have about 8 insect fragments and a teensy tiny bit of rodent filth. Let's see. Unfortunately, jelly and jam are not as controlled. Apple butter can contain an average of 4 or more rodent hairs for every 3.5 ounces and about 5 whole insects. 5 whole insects.
That's gross.
Apple butter can also contain up to 12% mold, which is better than cherry jam, which can be 30% moldy, or black currant jam, which can be 75% mold by law. 75. Snacks. Did you pack some of the kid-sized boxes of raisins for your child's mid-afternoon snack?
No, I didn't.
Golden raisins are allowed to contain 35 fruit fly eggs, as well as 10 or more whole insects
Per little box.
or their equivalent heads or legs. For every 8 ounces. Kid-sized containers of raisins.
8 ounces of raisins is a lot.
That's a lot. That's more than 4 eggs and a whole insect inside each little box of raisins. 4 fly eggs and a whole insect somewhere in that little box of raisins. By law is allowed to be there. Dinner. The possibilities are endless, it says. Did you know that there can be 450 insect parts in the 9 rodent hairs in every 16-ounce box of spaghetti? 450 insect parts, 9 rodent hairs in every 16-ounce box of spaghetti. Canned tomatoes, tomato paste, and sauces like pizza sauce are a bit less contaminated than the tomato juice in like a Bloody Mary. The FDA only allows about 2 maggots in a 16-ounce can of tomato sauce.
Maggots?
Maggots.
So I'm ready to ruin canned beer for you for the rest of your life, Dan. You ready?
Why are you guys doing this to me? What have I done to you?
So, a canning facility, especially the storage facility where it stores after it's canned, is one. And this goes across the board for beer cans, for soda cans, for whatever it is.
I know exactly what you're going to talk
Dude,
about.
the tops.
Yep.
You shine a black light and they fucking glow because of rat piss.
I always rinse off the top of my cans.
I wipe mine with the shirt. I try to get in the cracks.
Yep.
Try to get in the cracks and wipe it off with my shirt. Not that it's really doing all that much. It just makes me feel a little better about
Gotta
it.
get like those antibacterial wipes or something, and then just let it air dry. You don't want to drink it right away because then all you taste is that shit.
So I need clarification. These bugs, is this what is commonly found, or is this what is okay?
That's the okay standard.
That's the okay standard. Some of those things then I didn't clarify, and I've already closed it, so I can't really clarify. But some of those things are the max amount of allowed, right?
Okay.
So like, obviously there's flies in these factories. There shouldn't be, but there is, and that's where the maggots come from. Insect parts are probably, it could be a spider. It could be just something that dropped down into the vat of chunky soup or whatever. You know what I mean? And it just ends up in there. And that's just part of it.
You're never going to find that shit.
You're
though.
never going to find it. You're never going to find
It's
it.
coated in tomato sauce.
You'll never find it. You'll never find it, but
Have
it's there.
fun eating spaghetti.
It's there. It's
next time.
always going to be there. And I've known this for a long time, but like to have it broken down like that, I thought it was pretty entertaining. So I figured I'd share with you guys.
Where there's food, there's bugs. Have you worked in a restaurant ever?
My mom owns a restaurant.
Yeah.
So there's bugs there because where there's food, there's bugs. You can clean once a week, whatever. Doors open. Doors from the outside open. These aren't sterile environments, and bugs are gonna get. Dude, I was working at this place. I'm not gonna name it, but I'm sitting there and I'm ringing in an order on the touchscreen in the back of the kitchen, and I'm like this, and I'm ringing it in, and I feel this cockroach, or I felt something crawl across my hand. I looked down, it's a fucking cockroach going across my hand. I screamed, and the bar is like right under on the other side of the wall.
They heard you scream like a little girl.
A cockroach! And dude, the manager came back flipping.
Oh, I bet.
Flipping.
I bet.
Was that your point? The beer cans?
No.
What's your point then?
No. Why you got to hit me so fucking fast with it that I'm not even fucking ready?
Hit the button for him.
Guinea pig ice cream becoming a cool new treat.
God.
What is like
Guinea pig?
you guys are ruining everything for me.
So in some Latin American countries, guinea pig is a delicacy. Straight up delicacy, served with salt and pepper.
Ew.
Oh my god.
Like
Bone in?
that's a pretty good question.
I don't know.
But I don't know, dude. That's such a little rodent. I don't know how you'd eat it. I don't know. And I don't have any guinea pigs at home, so I'm not.
I guess you could plump them up though. Like I don't know how big you can get a guinea pig.
Don't you have guinea pigs at home?
Yeah, we got two.
And they're pretty big.
They're huge.
So if you had to in a survival situation, would you eat them?
I'd cook the shit out of them.
You think it would be good meat?
What would I put it in ice cream? Fuck no. But yeah, I'll roast one of those motherfuckers over an open fire.
So it's becoming in these Latin countries, it's becoming more and more popular to eat these things, cook them, and then eat these things cold. And this lady that has an ice cream shop.
It's really interesting.
Yeah, this lady that has an ice cream shop came up with this brilliant idea. Since it's already a delicacy that people love this flavor of these fucking guinea pigs. They're fucking weird.
Yeah, they're so cute, man. They're so cute. What's wrong?
To chunk them out and put them in ice cream.
Good
Would
Lord.
you eat it?
No.
Would you eat it?
No.
Come on. You wouldn't even try it?
No.
I mean, wait a minute. Like, is it Guinea pig flavored ice cream?
No, there's guinea pig in the ice cream.
Then
there's
absolutely
meat in the
not.
ice cream.
Absolutely not.
Really?
First of all, meat and ice cream is wrong. That doesn't make any sense.
It's cooked.
Right. I don't care. That just doesn't make any sense to me.
Have you ever had a bacon twister?
No.
It's incredible.
Really?
Oh my God, yeah. Chunks of bacon with like soft serve ice cream.
I can't imagine.
Have you ever had chocolate covered bacon?
Yeah.
Dude, it's fucking delicious.
It is.
The salty and the sweet.
Imagine that in ice cream.
I guess, but I can't imagine cold meat. Like
salt-
that. Frozen meat.
Salty and sweet.
I'm just not with it.
It's fucking banging.
I mean, I guess if I tried guinea pig elsewhere and I liked it, I might consider putting it in some vanilla ice cream. I guess.
Get with it.
It's definitely weird, though. Danny, what do you got?
All right, real quick before I get to my point, those of you that do know, we are all from the Chester County area. Tonight was a very, very big high school football game. It was the Battle of the Brandywines, Downingtown East versus Downingtown West. We all graduated from Downingtown.
Right.
We went to school when it was one school, and then you guys were the first grade to graduate from the split, correct?
Correct.
Right.
So that's a big rivalry in Downingtown. Shout out to the Downingtown West Whippets. They beat the Downingtown East Cougars 63-35.
Nice job. Nice job. Go West.
All right. So my point, I found a news article that kind of caught my attention. Here we go, talking about food again. So there were these firefighters that are from Canada, Alberta, Canada, and they decided that they were going to order pizza one night for their crew. So they ordered 18 large cheese pizzas, and they ordered it from their favorite restaurant. The guy didn't know the phone number, so he searched it on Google. Got the phone number, called the restaurant, ordered 18 pizzas. About a half hour after he hung up, he's looking at his phone and he says to his one buddy, he said, "Hey, why is the phone number coming up as San Antonio, Texas, not Alberta, Canada?" Here they ordered from the wrong fucking pizza chain. $300 worth of pizza.
Wow.
Right? So these firefighters decided they were going to start something, and it's called the Random Acts of Pizza. So they called the pizza shop and they said to them, "Hey, we want to know the name of your closest fire station." Got the name of the closest fire station and had the pizzas given to them, and they paid for it.
Oh, okay. That's dope. That's very dope.
Thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
So it started a whole chain of things. So now all these fire departments are ordering and shipping pizza to these random fire departments out of state, starting this big randem acts of pizza.
Dope.
It's pretty cool. I mean, have you ever paid it forward by doing something like that?
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
I was in line at Chick-fil-A once, and the guy in front of me paid for my order. Mm-hmm. And I did the same thing. I paid for the order behind me. And it just makes you feel good.
Yeah.
Makes you feel good.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
So I've had that happen quite a few times for me. In the drive-through line at McDonald's, in the Wawa, like if somebody pays for my coffee in front of me at Wawa, or they pay for my meal at McDonald's. I've had it multiple times happen to me.
Really?
And I almost think I always pay for the person behind. If someone pays for the person in front of me, I pay for the person back of me. And I remember going to Downingtown McDonald's one day for lunch, and the woman told me, it was like, "The person in front of you just paid for your meal. Do you want to pay for the person in back of you?" And she told me that it's been going on, and you're like the 13th or 14th person that has done it.
Oh, I remember hearing about that.
Yeah. Dude, it's cool, but I almost feel like I have to, because I don't want to break the chain.
Yeah, I mean, like if I'm going to McDonald's, I'm like, "Yo, I just want a McDouble. A McDouble with Big Mac sauce." It's $2.25. That's it. And if I go up there with my $2.25 and she's like, "Oh, well, their order's like $17." Shit. I only came here because I only had $3 on me.
Sorry, bitch.
We're breaking the chain right now because I am a broke ass.
But come on. You I mean,
You kind of feel like you have to.
yeah, you really do.
Yeah.
You really do.
You guys ready for late review? I know it's a little late, but
You're just hearing about this?
Can't believe I'm just hearing.
Why didn't I know about this sooner?
Hang up and try again.
Kev, what do you got?
I'm going to do a late review on a movie that you also watched.
I did.
And I wanted your dumb ass to watch it too, but you didn't.
I'm sorry. I look like a penis.
Sure do.
You do.
It's called Time Trap on Netflix.
You said it's a Netflix original?
Netflix original.
Okay.
Time Trap. It was a little bit corny. A little bit corny.
A little bit?
A little bit corny.
I'd go a lot of it.
Did you find it hard to finish?
Very hard. Turned it off 3/4 of the way through.
Did you really?
I couldn't finish it. So part of that reason is because of you. Your late review last week, your QB1.
Yeah.
I started watching that and I can't stop.
Okay.
I cannot stop. Like if I have time to watch something, and I got home from work today, I got my shower and I said, all right, let me sit down, let me finish this movie. And I started watching it and it got to a point where I'm like, nope, fuck this. I'm putting on QB1.
Really?
Yeah.
That makes me feel fucking fantastic.
Well, why? What did you think of the movie?
I thought it was fucking weird.
It was so weird.
It was so fucking weird.
I'm thinking to myself the whole time, I'm like, I really hope Kev is not like super hype about this movie.
No, it was
classic.
Thank God. It was fucking weird. It was weird, but it was like, if it was done better, it could have been a good movie.
It really could have been.
It could have been a good movie.
All right, so what was it about?
Spoiler alert.
Okay.
Spoiler alert. These kids, so this professor goes to this cave looking for his parents that have been fucking lost for fucking 30 years.
Okay.
His parents went searching for this fountain of youth.
The Fountain of Youth.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And
So they're like explorers, kind
they're
of.
explorers.
Okay.
So the professor went looking for his parents, finds this fucking cave, and he's outside of this cave, and he sees this man just standing there with a lantern, like dressed in a cowboy outfit, standing there with a lantern. And he thinks nothing of it, or he doesn't want the guy to recognize him, so he takes off, and he comes back the next day. Dude is still standing there in the same location, same fucking stance, hasn't moved. So he goes in, and he said he hits like this moisture wall or something like that, and walks through it, and then the guy starts moving.
It almost looks like a very hot summer day when you can see the radiating heat coming off of the road.
Right.
Yeah.
Those wavy lines, that's what it looks like he's walking into.
Okay.
This
okay.
wall of like wavy lines.
Okay.
So he goes in looking after this guy to talk to him or whatever. And he, as he gets like 30, 40 feet into the cave and he walks through this barrier, the light behind him, the cave, the hole in the cave is flashing. And for every second that you're in the cave, outside the cave, a year goes by. A whole fucking year goes by. Spoiler alert, you don't find that out until like 3/4 through the movie.
Yeah.
Dude. And then so the two students of the professor and the two friends, and there's two kids, they all go into this cave looking for the professor. And they are in there for mad long. They somehow eventually find out how it's all working. And there's cavemen down there. There's his parents are down there. Cavemen are down there. His parents, the cowboy, and this alien fucking ladder comes down through the cave, like an opening in the top of the cave. This ladder comes down. He fills up a little jug, and he dies somehow. And dude, mind fuck.
Really?
It was weird.
Yeah.
It was fucking weird.
What do you rate it? What do you think?
Like a 3 or 4.
Wow.
I was at 3-2. 3-2.
Because it has a lot of potential.
It started out good.
Right.
So the professor thinks he found where his parents might have gotten lost. So he tells his students, and his students want to go. But he tells them, like, no, I'm going by myself. So then when he doesn't return, that's when they go looking for him. It had potential to be good, but once the chick was climbing up the cave to drop the rope down, and the pole flies down, and then the freaking ladder steps shoot out, and this alien looking dude walks down, I was like, yeah, that's gonna be a no for me.
Dude, that was like 150 years in the future. People weren't living on Earth at that point.
Yeah.
That's why when she got out there
It was
and she
hard
was
for her
out,
to breathe.
she couldn't breathe. And that fucking space sculpture that she saw floating in the air,
Yeah.
the news or something that the alien flashed out of his wrist, that they sat there and watched the news on this fucking ship that can contain up to 250,000 people on it. That's what that was.
Wow, Kev.
Dude,
I
fucking weird.
I turned it off after they found the professor's parents. And there was like 3 or 4 cavemen that were doing something and started to chase him. And that's when I was like, I can't watch it anymore.
What was it called?
Time Trap.
Cool. I'm never gonna watch it. Danny, what are you reviewing?
We did a
Same
joint
thing.
review.
Okay,
Yeah.
same thing. Okay, great. That saves time. So
What's your review?
my review is it just came out on HBO called Welcome to Marwin, and it's Steve Carell. I don't remember her name. One of the girls from Game of Thrones is in it. But I can't remember her name. She was in This Is 40. She's the girl who worked at Hooters and Big Daddy.
Okay.
She's in a lot of like the Adam Sandler.
Tits McGee.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
She's great. She's a great actress. I'm blanking on her name right now. But he is a veteran. He was in the Navy, and I guess afterwards he was like savagely attacked by like a bunch of dudes at like a bar. It's based on a true story. Steve Carell does a really good job acting in this movie. The Welcome to Marwin part is that he is an artist. He has these like dolls that he messes with, and he takes pictures of them and does like art installations with them.
Right.
And he creates these characters, and the main character is a version of himself that is, what he isn't anymore. He's not brave anymore. He, like, after he got beat up, he has like severe brain damage, PTSD.
He got his ass beat that bad that he has brain damage?
Yeah, he got like beat by like 5 like Nazi guys.
Oh, wow.
And it's really, really an interesting movie. It's not a, hey, I'm going to watch a Steve Carell movie and crack up all night movie. You know what I mean? It's definitely a more serious movie. There's some lighthearted moments in it, obviously. There's this thing that they do in the movie that I think is really cool, and that's the dolls that he does art with. It constantly flashes to like his imagination and what he imagines these characters doing. It's one of the dolls is him, and all the rest of them are all ladies that have helped him out in his like road to recovery kind of thing. Like one of the girls is like, and one of the dolls is like his caretaker. Another one is like one of the girls that he works with. Another one is his favorite actress, which happens to be a porn star, which is hilarious. Like there's parts of the movie that are funny, but like it's not really necessarily, it's kind of dry. You know what I mean? There's parts of the movie that are really like kind of emotional. His PTSD in the movie is like really bad, and like parts of it are kind of hard to watch, but like it's like really good. I give it a strong 7. Like it was, parts of it were kind of like corny. Parts of it were hard to watch, like in a sense, like, all right, so Michael Scott.
Yeah.
One of the most awkward people ever. You immediately associate Steve Carell with that character when you see him, right?
Absolutely.
There's parts of this movie that are really, really awkward, but it's the total opposite end of the spectrum. It's because it's like, so like, I feel bad for this guy, but he's like doing something really weird right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, spoiler alert, like not really a spoiler alert, but like he like proposes to like this girl in the movie. They barely know each other. and he's like doing it for real. But the reason he's doing it is because in his head, the dolls in that world, they get along really good, and she really, really likes him. You know what I mean?
Oh,
so
okay.
he
Yep.
thinks that it's like that in real world. So you're kind of just like, this is awkward as shit, bro. Don't do this. I know you're gonna do this. Don't do this. You know what I mean? And like he does it, and it's just like, fuck. I don't know. It's a good movie. Check it out if you have HBO. It's different. It's good. It's good. Kev, you ready for This Week in History? Let's get out of here. And now it's time
Jesus Christ.
for This Week in History
You gotta do me like that.
with co-host Kev.
Fuck. Not a whole lot of stuff went on this week in history.
No, another dud this week.
October 7th, 1968, the Motion Picture Association of America adopted the film rating system, rating from G for general audience to X for adults only.
Huh.
Dude, which is kind of weird. So we've been real quick. We've been watching fucking movies with the kids, and to watch a '90s movie that's a G rating or a PG rating is not what it is today.
No, it's not.
No
It's
way.
different.
Dude, we watched Angels in the Outfield, and the dad's sitting there fucking smoking cigarettes and actually
Right.
ashes it on his leg. It was weird. October 7th, 1982, Andrew Lloyd Webber, Cats, the longest running show on Broadway is in history, opens October 7th. Fucking Jesus Christ. October 12th, 1999, NBA Hall of Famer Wilt Chamberlain dies in his Bel Air home at age 63. That's what I got.
Great job, Kev. Everybody, great job tonight. Danny, fantastic.
Thanks.
Fantastic as always. Kev, you did pretty good.
Mediocre?
Yeah, it was good.
Mediocre at best.
Mediocre at best, probably. Yeah. No, for real. Great job to both of you, for real. It's very, very good.
Thanks.
So that's all the time we have for this week. Go to patreon.com/MBN Network to hear the next half hour. I'm going to talk about the sealed documents in the Jeffrey Epstein case and some more other, we got a bunch of other things to talk about. Patreon.com/MBN Network. Peace out, Kev.
See ya.
Peace out, Danny.
Peace out.
Everybody, thank you so much. If you haven't already, go check out Might Be Tunes. Specifically, go check out that Spotify playlist. That shit is dope. There's all kinds of cool stuff going on at the Might Be News Network, people. Doing it. We're doing it. We're doing it. Stay tuned. Got a lot of fun stuff coming up in the second half, the rest of the second half of the season. Like I said, go to Patreon now. Register. Get some free shit and the extra half hour to this show. Thank you guys so much for listening. See you guys next week.